Welcome to an uplifting moment. I'm coming to you from our daughter Julie's office here at Refuge Ranch in Mexico. Over my shoulder you can see probably for about 20 miles. You can also see our house down below. Our theme today, that good future. The coronavirus has interrupted life as we know it. Astonishing is a good way to describe how much our own little worlds and the bigger world around us have changed in the last weeks. Although we've always had wars, floods, droughts, hurricanes, tornadoes, and other natural and man-made disasters disrupting life, they have usually been localized. You could always look elsewhere and get a glimpse of normal life. Not this time. The upset to normal life is worldwide. This worldwide shift of how daily life is lived can help us better understand and perhaps better accept the teaching of Jesus and the rest of the New Testament that the world as we know it won't always be the world as we know it. I find it interesting that most people, even people who don't claim to be Christian, believe that what Jesus taught was good and that it was true and should be believed and followed. Well, Jesus taught that he's returning to our world someday and that he will stop history as we know it. He taught that everything is going to be made new and that those who want to be with him can enjoy this new heaven and a new earth someday. Generally, people have found such talk as rather bizarre. The world has always kept spinning and we keep doing our thing day after day, working, going here and there and back again, entertaining ourselves, marrying, giving birth, building buildings, having parties, etc., etc., etc. But the coronavirus pandemic has interrupted much of this. Worldwide disruption of life as we know it is now believable because it's happened. This experience can make more believable the teachings of Jesus that God has plans to change things dramatically in the future for our world. Now this is good news, that God plans to end history as we know it and make all things new. It gives us ultimate hope that someday we'll be done with pain and suffering and illness and death and hurting human relationships and hatred. And the way we can prepare ourselves for this eventuality that Jesus taught is not by stocking up on toilet paper. The prep for this astonishing transformation of all things is to align ourselves with him in yielding our lives and will over to him to live now for him. We may wonder if we're good enough to be accepted by him and to be included in his plans. Not to worry. He's a God full of grace and mercy and has provided a way to have all that's wrong with us forgiven. This is why Jesus came to earth the first time, to be our saving one, our Savior. Accept him for who he is and you're good to go. Good to go into that good future when he comes back a second time. Jesus said, as recorded in Mark chapter 13, verse 26, "At that time people will see the Son of Man," Jesus' favorite nickname for himself, "coming in clouds with great power and glory." Thank you for joining me for this, an uplifting moment.